Today, Precarious plays
Hades.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I guess so. We'll start with the pause when you're here for just a minute. It's so frustrating having like an enthusiast understanding of all of this equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I understood just exactly what went wrong. In the end, I just turned everything off, including the router, which seems ridiculous, but I just turned everything off, unplugged it all, plugged it all back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the problem might be that I was running the game through big picture mode, and that Steam needed to update. But that's my best guess. But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, I would need to have a much greater understanding of hardware and software. I would need multiple degrees to figure out what exactly just went wrong on a technical level. You know?
Yeah, that's frustrating.
And feel really confident in it. Yeah, well, because I mean, it's like, I should probably just be appreciative that it works at all, because what's going on here is kind of crazy. It's like, we've got a computer that's rendering it, and it's outputting that to the Steam Link, which is putting it on a TV in addition to keeping it on the monitor. And we've got the graphics card connected to a second monitor so we can observe OBS. So we've got 3 copies of the image here. I won't go into everything that's on my mind right now, but it is impressive and kind of mystifying and frustrating in equal measure.
Yeah, it's funny how you work with something like this every day, and then occasionally you have to be like, hello, IT, have you tried turning it off and back on again?
And the thing I'm most happy about right now is that the game had my back, and even though I think that there was a crash whenever I closed Big Picture, because it wasn't responding on the Steam Link, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna start trying to turn that off. It had saved right at the start of this boss fight.
Heck yeah, so we didn't even lose any ground.
Well, not in the game anyway.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Oh, I've got a lot to be thankful for, you know, Red Blood. Your daddy could have shut you in the lowest pits, and then we never would have met.
Perish the thought, Electo. What would you have done with yourself if not for all our fated encounters?
I don't know. I mean, before we met, I've laid all sorts of other trash down here. But lately, I've been keeping them waiting because of you.
And Zagreus is probably delighted to hear that.
Yeah, she's very flirty.
That's not what I meant at all. I meant like he's the kind of person that would be happy that he's sparing other people suffering.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm sorry, I was like looking at her portrait and I'm like, those are some good shoulders and that whip is killer. Because, and I don't know if you know this, but I have poor taste. Oh my gosh, I love tacky things so much. Not everything, and not in every case, but there are certain things that I have a big soft spot, like well-placed, useless spikes on clothing. Like, those shoulders are fantastic. Also, very bright colors. Very bright colors.
Yeah. Stop that.
You know what I wonder sometimes? I wonder if Hot Topic is over yet.
I think Hot Topic started at over and went down from there.
You think? I feel like I
feel like the mistake started in the first planning meeting where they decided to name their store Hot Topic.
I don't know. I remember when I felt like it was over, but it still seems to be in malls.
Malls are over, my friend.
Right? They have to be now, but then yet here they still are, the malls.
Which one?
And I don't know who those are for anymore, because they're not for me, and they're not for the generation above me, And they're not for the generation below me, so I'm like, who's going to malls right now? I'm really asking. Maybe the malls are for parent level creatures? Or perhaps grandparent level creatures? I don't know. Because like a lot of stuff has come back that was kind of 80s fashionable, but the malls are not really one of them. Like, people aren't like, let's go get an orange Julius in an overly large air-conditioned waste of space building.
Broke out of Tartarus.
You were talking...
Cheers.
I mean, I feel like it's on point. Talking about malls when we were trapped in Hades. But,
Yeah. Yes.
I think that we
So
had
similar.
something-
Look at that overly decorated staircase. Like torches everywhere. Why? Bet
and
there's
it's
a
like all of
fountain
these
in here
unnecessary.
too.
I was just gonna point out all these unnecessary waterfalls and fountains.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before this? It was something much more on topic.
Yes, it was, but the stuff shut down on us as we were talking about something.
And my brain shut down with it. I was like, okay, there it goes.
Yep.
There's the footage. Gone, fading away. Goodbye. Goodbye, last hour.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this run. Most
No,
generally.
that's not right. We were talking. Are we talking about Demeter and then the run and what it could be?
And relationships. And how you were about to cheat.
Yeah. Oh, wait, something about the relationship system. Oh, yeah. So, one thing that I speculated on, maybe you have to have a romantic interest to...
Before it reveals the end game.
Yeah. Oh, have you been here for this? Where they're both here? This part made me cry the first time I saw them together.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that Orpheus at one point starts singing Eurydice's song,
Yeah.
and I noticed that it sounded like a little off, like it didn't sound very good. And I thought that they were just saying like, he's not as good as Eurydice. And whenever they put them here together, I just realized it was the harmony. And
Oh my god.
yeah, I know, right?
It's making me cry a little bit right now.
I've never heard anything like this. As good as you two sound each on your own, you're positively wonderful together.
A splendid compliment, my friend. Doubtless the fates themselves conspired to ensure Eurydice and I would meet and sing together, fall in love, and then be cruelly separated for some time.
Now, don't you start with that again, you get me, Orphe? Got our whole entire afterlives ahead of us, and lots of songs to catch up on.
Wait a second, you know what?
What?
This one feels familiar. Like, I think that I've heard this one before. Oh, crap. No, because I was equipped with Excalibur. Start.
I haven't seen Eurydice's portrait yet. I love her. Look at her hair.
Why, you're correct, of course, my dear. If you'll excuse us, Zagreus, our calling beckons.
Look at her hair.
It's broccoli.
And her belt.
These are acorns.
I bet you can put things in the acorns.
Great. Ugh.
What?
I really just wanted her to upgrade Thunder Flourish to rare. And instead she was like, here's an improved static discharge, which was already epic. Enjoy your heroic static discharge.
Thanatos?
Like, I might wind up replacing it.
Death approaches. We'll catch up later. Now let's deal with these wretches and be done.
You got it, man.
I really dig Thanos in this game.
Thanatos.
Thanatos, sorry.
Yeah, you're thinking of the other guy that kills lots of people.
Yeah.
half of them, or so I've been led to believe.
He has a real Dante feeling to him.
Man, why? Stop it. Stop stealing my kills at the last second, dick.
He's death. Like, wouldn't death be the ultimate kill steal?
Is matching good enough? Okay.
It's a tie.
Huh.
Keep going.
Cool. I'm glad that he remarked on that. But of course he did, because we're playing Hades. I ate a lot of damage there at the end, just trying. So I gotta at least get a tie. Gotta do it. See, the thing about this weapon in this form is that it's great at wearing things down. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't really have a big bursty attack at all, you know? I mean, I guess you can use the charge. That's a little bursty.
Yeah.
Especially if you get some of the hammer upgrades that improve it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, so why do you think having your like a significant other, as far as relationships go, would prompt a story ending?
Because they could make it could be anything. It could be as weird as they want it to be. Mm-hmm. Hold on just a second.
The frostbitten horn which you bear once overflowed. It holds a certain power still, of course. But never again shall mortal kind take it for granted.
Oh. So it once overflowed with nourishment. Ooh, that's not terrible. Okay, I'll take that one. So maybe that's just, it could be a situation where you're someone that you develop a more romantic relationship with, they are involved in the plot in a more dangerous way. Mm-hmm. Like maybe Demeter steals them. I don't know.
Well,
or maybe it's a situation where there's everybody loves a good wedding. Maybe the gods of Olympus would come to Hades if Zagreus was getting hitched. Mm-hmm. But I don't even know if I have all of the options yet, and I kind of feel like Meg might be on the list.
Wait, options as far as people?
Yeah, as far as people that probably have that. How to describe it? Like the little Cupid arrow.
Yeah. Your bro Thanatos is on the list.
Yeah, he's on the list technically, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about any of the possible romanceable characters, just because Thanatos isn't really my type. He's sculpted in a really masculine way. Mm-hmm. And Meg, I think, is a little too humorless for me, personally. Which, as of right now, it sort of seems like that just leaves Dusa.
Isn't she kind of jokey?
I don't know. I feel like she's just really happy to have this job. You know? And it's I'm trying to avoid making a really easy joke. Any of the easy Gorgon-based jokes that are springing to mind. Let me describe something boring and mechanical instead.
So what makes you think that there are more on this list that you haven't exposed yet?
Well, if I had to guess, I would probably say that they probably had like a masculine option, a feminine option, and then you have a kind of just sort of like friendly, cute option that anybody could get behind, because it's Dusa and she's just sort of weird. It's a floating Gorgon head.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of a romance subplot in a Disgaea game where one of the options is a Prenny. You know?
I'm just imagining Etna's begrudging marriage to a Prinny, like their terrible relationship. That
Tying the
somehow...
knot, dude.
And Etna's like, oh, whatever, I just want your house.
Okay, let me think. I have to think hard about this. But it only affects one. Your boons become common, then gain rarity every 3 encounters. I don't actually have that many. I would be losing a hefty Poseidon's Aid and Static Discharge, but Thunder Flourish... I mean, honestly, at this point, I kind of just wish that Demeter... I'm going to re-roll and hope that Demeter just gives me her special at a higher rarity. Exactly that. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Frosty Flourish.
Yeah. So this is one thing that I haven't covered. If you already have an active power, if a god offers you something that would occupy that same slot, they up the ante to make it more enticing. So you trade away what you used to have, and it is always, I think, at least 1 rarity higher. And I think that is, if you don't run into Eurydice, I think that might be the only way to get heroic or legendary boons that aren't like the ones that aren't always set to be legendary. So I think I am going to try this, because being able to rapidly stack chill wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
A change of boons was in order.
Betrayal, little Hades. Of all my nephews, you should know better than this. Or perhaps I should. One of us at least.
Poseidon's trial is, I think, possibly one of the harder ones, just because his wave does a really good job of hounding you. I think that I made a mistake earlier. I had the option of seeing Athena.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm doing Zeus things. And I totally should have gone to see Athena, because I could be deflecting those beams back at them right now if I had.
It's fun listening to you consider these possibilities after having chosen a path.
I'm glad you're having a good time.
No, I mean, like, it is an indication of good mechanics that you're thinking about choices and not just being mad. You're like, well, I did that.
Yeah, and I guess, see, my hope was that I could get the Demeter Zeus duo boon that makes Jolt not expire whenever you hit an enemy with a lightning attack. It creates a situation where every time they attack, they take enormous damage, and it's really helpful, I think, just against Hades, because he tends to attack fairly rapidly. Although at this point, it wouldn't be great to find it, because it would, I think I traded away all my lightning abilities.
Yeah.
You weathered the storm there, little Hades, and the sea is once again at peace. And you'll make every attempt to keep it that way, correct?
You guys, always so fickle and godly.
I think it's cute that he calls you Little Hades.
Yeah, it's caught on. I often think of Zagreus as Little Hades. Your boons that knock away foes. Yep, because they're all just normal. Cool. All right. Give me that boiling point. You know what? We're just gonna skip ahead until we get to Lerny.
Okay. Nicknames.
Yeah, until little Hades gets to learning.